Welcome to Walk with Jesus. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful and transformative stories from the Bible, the story of the woman caught in adultery, found in John 7 verse 53 through 8:11. This is a story about sin, judgment, mercy, and the incredible power of forgiveness. Let's walk through this story together and discover what it teaches us about Jesus and how we should live our lives. Picture this: it's early morning in Jerusalem, and Jesus is at the temple, surrounded by people eager to hear him teach. The air is filled with a sense of peace and anticipation as Jesus shares his wisdom with the crowd. But suddenly, the calm is broken. A group of religious leaders, scribes and Pharisees, burst into the temple, dragging a woman behind them. She looks terrified, her eyes filled with fear and shame. They throw her into the middle of the crowd, right in front of Jesus. The woman has been caught in the act of adultery, a serious offense according to the law of Moses. The leaders think they have Jesus trapped. They say to him, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women. Now, what do you say?" The crowd falls silent, waiting for Jesus' response. Will he uphold the law and condemn this woman to death, or will he show mercy, and in doing so, challenge the law itself? But Jesus doesn't answer right away. Instead, he kneels down and begins to write on the ground with his finger. The Bible doesn't tell us what he wrote, and scholars have wondered about it for centuries. But what Jesus is doing is creating a moment of reflection, a pause that speaks louder than words. The religious leaders keep pushing for an answer, and finally, Jesus stands up. He looks at them and says, "Let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." His words strike deep. The crowd begins to disperse, starting with the oldest, the ones who understand the weight of their own sins. One by one, they drop their stones and walk away, leaving only Jesus and the woman. Jesus straightens up and asks her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you?" She replies, "No one, sir." And then Jesus says to her, "Then neither do I condemn you. Go now and leave your life of sin." This story isn't just about a woman saved from a terrible death. It's about the nature of sin, the dangers of judgment, and the transformative power of mercy and forgiveness. First, we learn that we all have sinned. Jesus' challenge to the Pharisees, "Let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone," reminds us that none of us are perfect. We all fall short, and we all need grace. It's easy to judge others, but Jesus calls us to look at our own hearts first. Second, this story teaches us about the power of mercy. Jesus doesn't condemn the woman, even though he has every right to do so. Instead, he offers her a second chance. He shows us that God's love is greater than our sins, and that forgiveness is always available if we turn away from our wrongdoing. Finally, Jesus' words to the woman, "Go now and leave your life of sin," are a call to transformation. He doesn't just save her from death, he invites her to live a new life, free from the chains of her past sins. As we reflect on this story, let's remember that we are all in need of God's grace. We're called to be merciful to others, just as Jesus is merciful to us, and we're called to leave behind our sins and follow him in a life of righteousness. Thank you for joining us today on Walk with Jesus. If you found this video inspiring, please like, share, and subscribe for more daily teachings from the Bible. Let's continue to walk together in the light of Jesus' words. God bless you.